Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the very first episode of Red Receipts Off, where Bhakti and I talk about everything that we have been thinking in our mind. Hi, I'm Siddhi.
And I'm Bhakti. And look at us. After all these years of thinking about doing this podcast, we're finally doing it. Growth, dude.
Finally. So, Bhakti, what is this podcast about?
So, first of all, it's called Red Receipts Off. In case you are thinking about the pronunciation, it's called Red Receipts Off. And Red Receipts Off is it's because we want to just stop responding to all the expectations of people and probably texts and messages. Nowadays there's too much pressure as to you have to reply to everyone on time. When it comes to work, you have to do it because you're getting paid for it. But otherwise, everyone has that added pressure that they're giving you that, you've not responded to this, you've not responded to that. And it just gets, and the more people you know, the more pressure it is. So this is to just switch that off, no red receipts on, so that I can ignore you whenever I want to and I can move on with my life. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. But Bhakti, why are you and I doing this together? I'll answer first. So for me, firstly, you and I go a very long way. We've known each other for easy 15, 18 years, maybe.
Yeah.
And somewhere along, we have always gelled. So with the group that we had, I think somewhere our wavelength always matched. So when I think of a person that I would want to share my thoughts with, share what my life looks like, what I want to do, the first person I think of is you. So I think I cannot possibly do this with anybody else but you.
How sweet. Okay, I have not actually heard you say this
So
out
nice.
loud, but that is really sweet. Yes, I don't think we have said too many sweet things to each other all the time. But I remember the first interaction we had, and I kind of appreciated a joke, and I was like, okay, this is my girl. She is going to vibe with me, and if she likes this kind of joke, because I don't think back then 15, 20 years back, it was dark, it wasn't appreciated.
Even sarcasm was just sort of becoming.
Yeah, people were उड़ के जा रहा था ऊपर से. People were not understanding it. Not that even I was understanding it in the beginning. But yeah, I knew that but over the years, when we grew our friendship and through whatever experiences we've gone together,
Shared experiences.
and my dramatic life of individual experiences where you were a very good support for me. I think our friendship became stronger than that. Our connect for Bollywood, the same, the obsession with Bollywood and gossip, just like Reddit articles.
But listen, ये सब तो बोल दिया, but what are we going to talk about today?
So today, since we are talking about how long we've come, as how long our friendship has gone for and what experience we've had, finally हम हमेशा बैठ के बकचोदी करते हैं.
Yeah, that's our thing.
तो हमने सोचा कि भाई क्यों ना बकचोदी बाहर निकालते.
Because there are not enough podcasts, on the internet. We need one more podcast where two women navigating their 30s are going to just rant.
I give them our age. You gave them our age.
I mean, Bucks, we don't look like we are in our 20s. We don't look like we are in our 40s. So what's the harm in owning up that we are 30?
Up to my age. Okay.
Yeah, me too. I don't mind. I'm okay with it. So that's exactly what we're going to talk about.
This is what we're talking about today, about how we have come, the entire experience has gone, the friendship has gone through so many stages, and we're talking about adult friendships as to not just our friendship, but what adult friendships are currently. How is it maintaining and making new friends? Actually, making new friends and maintaining them, or maintaining the old ones.
And I think it's the perfect topic to start with because although you and I are friends, but we are very different kind of friends to our other friends, if that makes sense. But Bugs, I have been very, very curious and also a huge fan of how the do you have a friend in every possible city of the world, and how do you always have somebody to hang out with? So tell me, just tell me your secret sauce. What do you do?
It's not, actually, it's not, I don't try. It's just that I am an extrovert. I am very out and out an extrovert कि भाई मेरे को अगर कोई दिख जाता है and if he's in the same group, I will start making conversations. My biggest pro when it comes to, you know, knowing people, the way I go about knowing people is that I ask a lot of questions. I'm a good listener. So
I'm a curious cat.
yeah, I want to know everything. Whether it is related to me, whether it is not related to me, but I just want to know.
There's nothing like TMI.
Yeah. I will not go back and think about it or talk about it, but I want to be the person who knows everything. So it's that sort of a thing.
It's called chapli. It's called fahiba.
तो मैं हूँ थोड़ी. I've been called very chappily also. And I'm like, हाँ हूँ यार. At least मैं content रहता है ना मेरे life में, like थोड़ा entertainment रहता है तो अच्छा लगता है. So basically whenever I'm exactly what I said, I'm an extrovert, so I will always, you know, like if there is a new person in the group, you know, somebody has got, like right now it happens that if somebody's single, they get their partner, like, you know, a new partner. I will always make sure that that person is comfortable.
After judging them for like 5-10 minutes.
Judging to out and out, full on. Like judge to, see, I don't know how to put it and how to sugarcoat this, but I don't stick to my judgments. Like I will judge a person based on, you know, how they're speaking, how they're talking, how they're looking. But I will not stick to that judgment. They can change my judgment of them अपने behavior से, अपने however they are going to interact with me. I will change my judgment. I will not be like, I'm not an uptight
And rightfully so, because I don't think anybody else in the group really liked me before. I don't think so, because I got to know much later that they thought I was a complete snob, a complete and don't even pretend that you don't, you know, pleasure also. You can be, but I'm always like you. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, you know, you always, you can change a person's opinion about what they are and who they are basis their behavior.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, I will judge them. I just feel that whoever says that I don't judge is lying. Everybody judges. It's just that some people feel that judging is a bad thing. No, it's okay. You can judge somebody. You are not, you know, like we are not holding it against them, and it's not a toxic judgment that, oh, this person is this, so I am not going to. No, just like you see somebody, you judge people when they're crossing the road, when you're in a mall, when you're like shopping, you judge people ki, okay, this. But yeah, now when it comes to friends again, you have to like, yeah, you're meeting somebody new, you judge them a little bit, but you again welcome them. So that is how I have to make sure that a person is comfortable. I do not have this innate need of pleasing people.
We both are big time people pleasers.
Like I just feel that no yaar, what if this, like, because if I was this person, if I am like suddenly dating somebody, or if I'm also that person who will, like, I will join one of your other friend groups, I'll just say, okay, let's just go, like I'll meet new people. I just feel that the new person should feel as I want to be felt in some other group. So that makes me make friends. Also, I think a very important part of me making new friends was when I started going on solo trips. So when you're going on a solo trip, you are alone, and you don't, like, you're going for like 1.5 month. पूरा टाइम अकेले रहने में मजा नहीं है.
1.5 months.
Yeah. I have stayed in Dharamshala for 1.5 month. Like I've traveled around Himachal also. But I've stayed properly in Dharamshala for about 1.5 months, where my boss was like, planning to come back, or I'm married some hippie. Yeah, I was doing my job from there. I think he was just missing me. So solo trips makes you meet a lot of people. I'll tell you one of my experiences is that like it's a very short, I'm going to just say it in a very short way, that when I went on one solo trip, this was, I think, my second or third solo trip to the mountains again. And there were a lot of people who were on their solo trips. At the end of the trip, like not even at the end of the trip, within 20 days, we were like 12 people sitting for lunch and dinner together. And people used to come and they're like, are you all together? And he said, no, we met each other on this trip, and that's how we've become friends. And I've made like some really, really good friends also because of that. Again, making friends is a good thing also in its way. It's a bad thing also in its way, because you meet a lot of idiots also. Overall, I think it's just, since I was a child, I've always liked meeting new people and talking to them and knowing what their experiences are. Some are wins, some are losses. So you just play along with it, like you get with it. You tell me, even though we are such close friends, again, we don't have to be similar. And when it comes to this, you are the exact opposite.
Yeah.
How are you when it comes to meeting new people? And is it like, if you have a close circle of friends, like small circle of friends, how do you manage? Like, don't you feel left out? Do you feel FOMO?
I don't feel left out. In fact, for me, it's a very bad thing actually. But for me, it's like out of sight, out of mind. So I may have had very good friends, for that certain period of my life. Like we're good friends for few months, few years, few decades also. But then once they are out of sight, somehow they're out of my mind, but not out of my heart. So I will be in touch with them as in when I remember them. But honestly, there is just so much going on all the time that I don't always like keep texting them or keep like checking in on them. I don't do that, so that's actually a bad thing. Maybe I should check on them more often, but as in when I get a chance I do that. Why I don't make a lot of friends? I actually meet a lot of people because of my work, but most of them don't end up being close friends. And for me, there are acquaintances and then there are friends. So acquaintances, yes, I have many, and maybe I can count on them, as in when I need something or if I need something from them. But as such, my friends are like literally like 10 friends. I can name each and every friend that I have right now. Yeah, you are one of them, Bhags. So, but that's how it is. And see, for me, I don't like a very large group. Like I am a bit of a introvert. I like socializing, I like chilling, but
Interrupting, but I like that you've said you're an introvert because suddenly this word ambivert has taken over so much. Like you're either an introvert or an extrovert. What the hell is an
no, but you can I mean, there are some people who are like selectively introverts, selectively out.
exactly? What are these fancy terms? Continue. Huh?
That's for our next episode on Gen Zs.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Let's not pull their leg. They're going to run. I love them.
I am so millennial, dude. I didn't even think of this.
एक जो decent
Buddhi. Anyway.
Yeah. So for me, friendship is also somewhere a little bit related to it being functional for me. So yeah, that's how it is. So I don't make a lot of friends, but the ones that I have made are very close to me. For me, checking in is like I'm sending you a meme. That's me checking in on you. So no, I do check on them. Yeah, it's not like I'm a mean person who is very self-centered. ऐसा नहीं है. मतलब I do like them. I do love them. I'll be there for all their good times and bad times. But मेरा ऐसा नहीं है कि दिवाली पे तूने टेक्स्ट नहीं भेजा तो अभी मैं होली पे तुझे मैसेज नहीं करूंगी. I don't honestly care about it.
What about birthdays?
Birthdays, interesting. So, close friends I call, rest on WhatsApp. And if they're very close, they get like the coveted position.
Which is?
Instagram story.
Oh, yay! I am one of them, yeah.
Currently, I have a private account. So, all my 327 followers, they need to know. And imagine, like, you are one of them and I'm putting up a story for you. That's a big win.
I feel very grateful. But are you like one of those people who, if they don't wish you on your birthday, you don't wish?
मुझे याद ही नहीं रहता ये सब.
I am very petty when it comes to that.
I mean, see, even on Facebook, कोई distant relative भी है, and if that day I am on फेसबुक में कुछ चेक वेक कर रही हूँ तो मैं तो कर दूंगी विश. देन आई वोंट बॉदर कि अरे इसने किया था कि नहीं.
I am the opposite when dude, I go into like their messages, like because most of these people are not my friends, no. So I go into their message and I see तुमने मुझे विश किया था, नहीं तो मैं तुम्हें नहीं करूँगी. क्यों करूँ मैं विश? और मैं तो भाई मेरे बर्थडे पे इतनी एक्टिव होती हूँ, तुमको पता होता है मेरा बर्थडे है.
You can afford to do that. You have like 10,000 friends. I have very few. So अगर मुझे वो रखने हैं तो मुझे इतना तो bare minimum करना पड़ेगा.
Birthday wishes are very like
Overrated also, na?
they're very basic, bare minimum. I feel like in a friendship, I feel like if you are like close friends, I think
Yeah. But also somewhere I feel कि मतलब अभी क्या birthday पे ही क्या बोलने का कि you're my best friend and you're so special. Like I like telling them in general also. Like I will randomly compliment a friend when I feel like कुछ है, like she's done something nice. अब मैं तो कर देती हूँ. I don't think too much about it.
this brings us to like how which kind of friends you can keep for longer.
Yeah.
Like the kind of high maintenance, low maintenance friends. Like which kind of friends will be able to stick around for a longer time.
So what are three things that you feel are peak adult friendship should have? Like three things that you feel friends should have so that you can maintain that friendship for long.
First, I think the most important characteristic that friends should have is that they shouldn't get offended if you are not in touch.
replying
Yeah,
or
in touch.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
It has to be low effort, basically.
yeah, it is very important for me to have all my friends have to be very like low maintenance.
Yeah, low maintenance, actually. Yeah, that's
If you,
right.
yeah, if you start throwing your tantrums at me that, you know, you are not being in touch and you, which has happened very recently,
Yeah.
that you are not giving me as much attention.
Attention.
Dude,
You
like,
had a boyfriend. What do you mean
if I
attention?
wanted to do that, I would have had a boyfriend. हम बहुत बोल रहे हैं पर हम बहुत relatable चीज बोल रहे हैं. I will be there for you in your bad times. No more. I think I'm there with my friends when they're in their bad times. Good times, I'll call, I'll cheerlead the out of them, and I'll be like, I'm very happy for you. Maybe I'll not be able to meet you today, but if they're going through some I will be the first one.
You've always been there for me.
I have to be there when my friends are low because I think I love my friends. And I cannot see people I love sad. Like, I have a lot of love to give. So I can't make them feel sad. So even if I'm meeting them, no, like if they are feeling low or whatever, I will just, like, I'll be there for them. ऐसा नहीं है क्योंकि क्या होता है बहुत बार, even you might be one of those people, even I'm that person, जिसको बात नहीं करनी when they're feeling low.
Just let me be. Yeah.
So I'm just there for them. I will let them know कि if you want me to meet you, I'll meet you. We don't have to talk. We'll just go out for a coffee, chill. We'll go out for a drink and we'll chill. But you know that I'm there for you. Like, I'm just a call away. And even if you don't want to meet, I'm a call away if you want to, like, just talk, you know, like rant over the phone.
So again, low effort goes both ways. Like, you are also low effort.
Yeah, definitely. Three things. Okay, I've never like thought about it as a list, but the second thing that I would is that you know, there are a lot of I friends, like when they are only like just talking about themselves and what is happening with them. Even though even though I have some friends like this, but I can't.
You had a bad day. I had the worst day. Something good happened with you. Something way better happened with me.
Yeah, or like, or if something good happening with you, तेरे तो मजे है यार.
Oh, but I hate it. मैं तो भाई नजर ये मेरा तो first thought is अरे तो नजर लगा दी.
Yeah, like if you call me and tell me, oh, I just started something new and this is
Yeah.
I'll be like, yes, go for it. ये करना वो करना. I'll give you more ideas. There are some people who will be like, okay, if I've like suppose said to somebody that okay, I'm starting this podcast, and they'll be like, अच्छा है यार, देखो तो ये मैं करने के बहाना अरे बीटी मत दो मुझे.
Yeah.
So that is like, you know, there are those kind of friends who are also
So people think everything about themselves.
yeah, so I kind of, yeah, it shouldn't be there. Yeah. When I'm meeting you and I'm chilling with you,
Yeah.
I should be also be able to talk. And
Correct. Has to be a two-way street.
yeah. And the third, and I think this is also a very important one, is that I'm a very strong believer in the energy that people have.
Oh God, yes. Energy givers and energy drainers.
Some people who can only complain about life, and I think somebody who's watching this knows who I'm talking about, because I tell him on his face also that you're always complaining about life. So yeah, that is also one very important, that we are mutually giving each other energy. Because see, at the end of the day, when I'm meeting my friends, you know, or during the weekend when I'm meeting my friends, I want to just chill, relax, and like have a good time.
Oh, but also like they should be able to talk to you about what they are feeling.
That is fine. But if you always keep complaining about something or the other, and at the same time, I know that I've been complaining about it since a while, but you are not doing anything to make it better. तो फिर मतलब you get tired of it at the end of the day, because यार मेरी लाइफ में भी बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स है. मैं भी काम, like work pressure, family pressure, whatever जो भी होता है, friends के इसमें, and I'm chilling with my friends. I want to have a good time also.
Also, that is very important. Yeah.
So there are these people who constantly give you, either they drain your energy or they give you negative energy. And honestly, in the past few years, I've just cut them out of my life. That it's okay. Like, I just need to do it for myself.
And then there are some people for whom, you know, it is a very, the situation is such that they just want to use either your advice or they need you in that particular moment. So they will be in touch. They'll constantly call, WhatsApp, message, meet you. And moment that situation is taken care of, you know, bye-bye.
Also, there are a lot of times when they have not taken our advice. They've done something completely opposite.
No, but that's okay. See, it's advice, right? You either take it or you leave it. It's not easy. But when you're giving advice, it cannot No, I disagree. See, when you're giving advice, you are telling what you feel should be done. Okay, the operational word is should. It's not necessary that person agrees. He may end up मतलब वो होता है ना सब पे
बताओ तो सही कि तुम क्या कर रहे हो. Cause false. If you have if you have involved me in the problem,
हाँ
हाँ, but इतना है just
that you can also text that hey what's up, what's happening. Don't expect like an instant reply. At least I don't. I am like कि ठीक है जब होगा तो बता देगा. You know they'll get back.
you have involved me so much into your problem, and then you're like, you've ghosted me. You've just like been, okay, I don't know, and I just don't know what's happening, and probably, because I'm saying I have so many friends, when it's like the same group and people are like, acha, you were to like helping them out, right, with this, what happened? And I was like, dude, I don't know, I don't have any update. Not that I care, but it just feels a little rude that just even if you've done something else than what I've told you, just let me know. Okay, thank you for your help. But I have decided.
But help and advice is different. If you have helped and they have not updated you, that's a different scene. They should have.
No, I to get very involved.
You're very involved. No, I don't. I give space. I'm like, I think this is what I would have done had I been in your position. But देख लो तुम्हें जो करना है. But हाँ, again, this is different. Like if it's my best friend or if it's my sister or if somebody else, I am that person. I will literally live that situation with them.
Yeah, I think with the closest of friends.
Yeah, then I'll be like कि नहीं मैं नहीं ही करने दूंगी तू कर you don't know what you're doing, you listen to me. So whether they are going through, like if some of my friends are going through a breakup and like it's my best friend or something, I will go all out. I will not let them make bad decisions during that time, which one is prone to do at that, in that situation. But otherwise, with my most of my friends, I don't bother so much because I feel ki thoda you should give space, because like teenage drama and 20s drama and now finally 30s, things are different. But I think when someone is going through a certain situation, you should like you should not indulge yourself in the gossip and the drama part of it, but like genuinely just try to help. तो फिर मैं तभी नहीं करती हूँ. Then that once that person is over it, फिर तो बहुत मस्ती करूँगी.
डार्क जोक्स का भंडार रेडी रहता है.
Yeah, there's no dearth of dark jokes, sarcastic humor. Nothing is, nothing is barred, like everything. But tabhi ke liye to I will, of course, help them. I think it's also very important to talk about how we lose friends in our 30s. So I think I have lost a fair bunch of friends. I mean, है ही कितने, but जितने भी थे उसमें से भी I have lost. I mean, they are still alive, guys. They're not like lost.
But they're dead for you.
No, yeah. I never say never. What if things change and they become friends again? You never know. I'm not close to the possibility. What if, because people change, remember we just spoke about it. Behaviors change. So sometimes it's late realization. So I'm okay with that. But we both have lost a lot of common friends also, and a lot of friends in general. So how do you deal with that? And what is the deal breaker for you in that situation?
I actually want to know this from you as well. I'll tell you, when it comes to me, it is one simple basic thing. Actually two. One is, if you have lied to me, I cannot tolerate dishonest people, and I'm done. And the second is if I feel disrespected. Because joking, since I crack a lot of dark jokes, and like I take jokes also. You guys know that I can take jokes left, right and center. But if I feel like it crosses the line of disrespect, then I'm done. Like I just don't want you around me, and I will make sure that I let you know. I will not ghost you. I'll be like, nahi hoga ye dosti. I want to know from you, like what was your thought when probably even the common friend that we have, we lost her, and I mean like just like lost our friendship with her because we were very close. Yeah, again,
I mean, we were like one of best friends.
she was your friend before me also, right? Like you used to chill together.
Yes, that's right.
How is that, and how do you cope with the loss of a friend, like if you lose friends?
See, honestly, yeah, she was definitely a very close friend, although we had our ups and downs, and there have been extended periods of time when we haven't spoken with each other. In fact, I mean, I think I can say it out aloud. We all are colony friends, right? So to speak, like colony friends. So, हमारे तो बहुत झगड़े हुए हैं. Even when we were in our early 20s and mid 20s, we've called out names, we've abused each other, we've hated each other, and then again we've become the best of friends. So I'm not close to the possibility that sometime in the future when things are different we might be friends again, who knows. But the deal breaker for me is you cannot absolutely cannot disrespect me or my husband. That's off limits. I will not tolerate it.
So we are declaring that you're married.
Yes, I am declaring it on screen. I'm taken, married, happily married. That is important, very important. So that's one. And second is when I'm like, if I see that that person is just trying to spew hatred or dislike, whether it's towards a community or a group of people, or even something as lame as vaccinations, I will, yeah, that's a deal breaker. I'm like, I'm not interested. Like, don't talk stupid stuff with me. Don't talk shit. And एक हद तक ठीक है because like हाँ किसी के opinion होते हैं. We should respect everybody. But then when it gets out of hands
And out of logic.
धरना करने चलो पेट्रोल के लिए, vaccinations are not necessary, then that is when I'm like, okay, रास्ता खुदा हुआ है, उस रास्ते के
अंदर कूद के धरना करो.
धरना करो.
कि रास्ता क्यों खुदा हुआ है?
क्यों खोदा? So, like, if you have these unrealistic expectations that I'm going to come with you, do dharna with you, I'm not doing.
करते क्यों नहीं है?
I'm too bougie.
यूनिटी नहीं है ना हम में. यूनिटी नहीं है. Okay, now let's talk about something a little more fun. Let's make it controversial, Siddhi. It's you and me. Yeah, it has to be controversial. So let's make it a little controversial. Let's make some people feel bad about themselves. Tell me, what are some friendship red flags for you? Red flag in friendships.
I'll tell you, rather than it being a quality, it is more about the way you say. Like, I'll give you an example, okay? Oh, you look so good in this filter. Oh, you look so nice in this outfit. Why can't it just be, oh, you look so good? Why does it have to be qualified by an outfit or a filter or a makeup or a lipstick shade or today? क्या चला जाएगा तुम्हारा अगर तुम बोल दोगे अरे you look so good?
And it just feels like you've thought about that, right?
And I feel like they are just like कि वैसे अच्छी नहीं दिखती है, ये ठीक है. So I don't like such people, who always like qualify a compliment with something. It's not something I like at all. Bhakti, do you have friends who like spiritually shame you? Like if they are more religious or more spiritual than you?
I am spiritual in my own way. I believe in God. I believe in the universe. I believe in one power. But then there are some friends who make me feel like तू पूजा नहीं करती है, ये दिन पे ये पूजा करना चाहिए, ये दिन पे ये करना चाहिए, इतने मंदिर विजिट करनी चाहिए. And I'm like, dude, I do my bit. And I don't want to say it out here what all I do, but I do my bit and I believe in like God, and I'm always thankful and grateful. More than asking for more from God, I'm just like very thankful about what I have in my life. So that is it. So yeah, there are these friends who always they always do a little more than you. So they'll be like, अरे तू ये करती है, तेरे से better. It's not just spirituality. It's about other things also. तेरे से better तू ये कर सकते, तू ये ना ये better कर सकती है. अरे मैंने पूछा क्या? मैं पूछूंगी तो बताओ. But anyway, so there are those kind of friends also.
I also have friends who will, I mean, now they don't because, all of us have matured to an extent. But I also had friends who would, like, constantly diss you about the kind of food you eat. Like, see, anybody who is fat, they know they are fat. You don't have to go and tell them that you are fat. You don't have to go and tell them. You could be well intentioned, you could be all of that. But sometimes, when people go overboard, Arey, don't eat this, eat that. So to an extent is fine because obviously friends are also your well-wishers and they want you to do like better in life. But then there are these friends who will constantly be like protein all the time. And I have become that person to an extent where I would want to emphasize that protein is important, but I cannot be that, I cannot be at the receiving end of somebody constantly telling me, cut carbs, cut sugar, cut this, cut that. तुम करो तुम्हारा, you do you. तुम्हें नहीं खाना है तुम मत खाओ. I am happy, the way I am, and occasionally I would like to indulge. I hate such friends. Total, बोलना तो मैं ज्ञान पूरा टाइम ज्ञान ज्ञान यार मैं आई हेट इट स्टॉप इट डोंट डू इट नो लाइक वी हैव इनफ न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट्स take advice from there and unless of course you ask like if I come and ask then of course please come and tell me but otherwise just stop.
Otherwise, it's just a professor who's like sitting on your head, and you're nervous to meet that friend. That should I meet this person? He's going to go. He or she's going to step.
नहीं, even selection of where will you meet is dependent on that person's meal plan of that day. कि no, I can't meet over here because right now I'm on my no sugar diet. अरे तो मैं क्या करूँ? तू मत खाना dessert, मुझे तो खाना है. Let's.
तेरे में sensitive tool नहीं है तो मैं क्या क्यों?
So, I don't like these kind of people where everything that you do with them, has to be dependent on what they are doing currently in their life. Thoda bahut everybody adjusts and, everybody is a bit accommodative. But people who just like expect things to be around them, deal breaker, मुझे नहीं करना है, I will not meet. और मैं हूँ out of sight, out of mind. तो मैं फिर I'll
Move on.
cut them
Yeah,
off.
move on.
Yeah.
Now, since we've spoken about red flags, can we talk to our viewers about some green flags of friendship also? Like, what kind of friends do you like want to stick around?
Yes. Easy maintenance, low maintenance, there for each other when needed, and also somebody who will give you space, not to be like, oh, you didn't text me. ऐसे सब नहीं. For me, people who genuinely give me joy and energy in life, those are my people.
Do you think fitness levels and like their lifestyle, fitness levels or lifestyle in general also matter when it comes to friendships?
Well, for me, fitness levels, no. Doesn't make a difference really. But yeah, lifestyle, yes. Because if somebody is like a complete spendthrift and, all hangs and all casual meets are only going to happen at like really expensive places, then I'm not up for it. But as far as, tastes match, I'm okay. I don't care about fitness levels really. What about you? Do you think fitness levels matter when? Because you, like for our audience, you are somebody who is into fitness.
Try my bit. I want to like be healthy more than anything. But for me, it does matter a little bit. Not the, yeah, maybe it can be called a fitness level. Like as in, I want my friends to be healthy. I want my friends to have like they should like if they walk around for like maybe a kilometer, they shouldn't like go out of breath. This is not the age to do that. I want them to be physically fit. Don't work out or don't like I know not everyone has the time to go work out every day. Only like enthusiasts like me want to make sure that 1 hour of the day is given in the gym. But I don't, but at least, go for a walk, go for a like a run or a walk, or go cycle. कुछ नहीं terrace पे walk कर लो, building में walk कर लो, कुछ तो कहीं पे तो जगह मिल जाएगी. Like basic as walking is also going to help you. So if I don't relate to the friends who don't do it on a regular basis, because then I know that उनको ना ऐसे बेड से उठने में भी बोर होगा, like to open the door.
So like life goals, life ambitions only don't match.
Can I always try and motivate my friends? I think I have in some way
You have.
that you should be fit, and I hope it's just for their better. So I think that way, yeah, fitness levels, yeah, a little bit does matter, because again, I love them, so I want them to be fit. यार मरवर गए तो क्या होगा तो उससे थोड़ा जिंदा रहो.
So now that brings us to our next segment, because we are very coffee with Karan coded. So that brings us to the next segment, which is called Gyan or Ghan. So Gyan, as we all know, is knowledge. So if Bhakti agrees with something, she's going to be like, it's Gyan, bro. Gyan is very important. And if she disagrees with something, she's going to go like all Ghan. So Ghan is Marathi word. It's a Marathi word for Ghan, like dirty, like.
That's we don't agree to it.
So that's the segment, Gyan versus Ghan, and let's get started. Okay, so the first one. If they don't post a birthday story for you, you are not obligated to post one for them.
This is going to be very unpopular, but sorry, I am a little petty when it comes to this. So, Gyan, if you will not post a birthday story for me, I won't, no matter what. So, yeah.
Okay, moving on. It's an unspoken rule to like and comment on your friends' posts, even if you don't care.
No, I don't agree with this. Sometimes, like I don't have time. But I will quickly like if you're a friend, I will quickly like what you're doing or whatever you've posted. But comment and interaction.
मतलब random flower, random birds, वो सब पे तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं.
No, no.
Yeah, maybe like if it's a life update reel or a life up.
Yes, if something really funny or really like touching, emotional,
So don't bother then a comment at max and
comment. Yeah, like, yeah, I'll just like double tap.
because what are we if not our social media vanity, right?
Yeah, of course.
Great. So the third one, how you get invited determines your rank in their life. So let me elaborate. For example, so you know if there is a wedding and you have been told well in advance, so that means you're an important person. They want you to be there, so you will know कि हाँ इसका December November में है शादी. But then there are obviously invites that go like 2-3 weeks in advance or 2 weeks in advance or 1 week in advance. So that do you think that determines your rank in their life?
Yeah, yeah.
But what if it's a last day wala?
Uh, then you are eloping. Like, if it's a wedding. No, but I think it also depends a lot on like what kind of friends you are. Like if they are not that close, then I might be invited at the last moment and it won't bother me. But if I'm a close friend and if you are inviting me at the last moment, that means you've forgotten me and I'm not that important. So not that I would not attend or my attendance would matter on that. But yeah. अंदर मुझे बुरा लगता कि भाई ऐसा है and I would let you know so that you can I'm not going to hold a grudge against you. I will let you know that I felt bad about something. I'm not petty that way. I want my like if I'm feeling bad about something, you should know. If you are important enough, you should know. Otherwise, though, if they're not important friends, I won't go only.
Okay, I guess that's fine. Okay, the next one. If someone talks shit about your friend in front of you, you are required to defend them even if they are wrong.
Yeah, definitely. I am always up for defending my friends, even if they are wrong or right. You discuss my friend if you have whoever I'm discussing, you discuss my friend if they are in the same room. First of all, if they are not in the same room, I don't know their side of the story. But and also I can't believe all of you, so I will always defend my friend, and I will always like have your back. I'm that friend who will always have your back, who will not just like let you go and be like, okay, maybe she fucked up, so I'm not going to like support her.
इतना तो करना बनता है.
Again, also depends a lot on level of friendships also. Yeah, that also depends. But mostly it's I'll always have your back.
You will defend them.
Yeah, I will not defend them, but I'll be like, you know, maybe they had a reason to do it.
Benefit of the doubt. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, this is very nice. If I'm vouching for you to my other friends, don't embarrass me. Gyan or Ghan.
Yeah, don't embarrass me. Yeah, because I have very strong opinions, you know this about everything, and if I'm really vouching for you and I'm again you're defending you, please don't fuck it up. I would want you to not fuck it up, but ठीक है यार, sometimes life is not the same for everyone. So, but yeah, I obviously wouldn't want them to fuck it up.
I think I already know your reply to the next one, but I'll still go ahead and ask it for our viewers. If you're no longer friends, you should soft block them so they don't stalk you.
No, I think I don't like blocking people because I want them to stalk me. It's okay. I love it when people say, I saw this about you and I heard this. I said, oh, yes. It makes me feel important. Thank you. Like you found out this about me. तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है जब भी मुझे लोग मेरे और मैं बहुत ही ज़्यादा again coming back to when we started मैं बहुत चापली हूँ. I'm the person who checks the viewers of my story because and I have an open account, no. So there are a lot of people who don't follow me but they still stalk me, and these are some exes, there are some ex-friends who will just want to know what is happening in your life. And guys, you don't know that I know that you're watching me.
They know you are watching.
No, they don't. They don't people लोग इतने वेले नहीं होते ना मेरे मतलब मैं ऐसी थोड़ी हूँ रात को मैं बैठ के देखूंगी मेरे व्यूअर्स कौन है मेरे स्टोरी में, and I find out so many times.
This rate, we should be doing 2 podcasts a day.
Yeah, I think we can do. Bakchodi करने के लिए तो I can talk a lot, but yeah, I need to know who's keeping an eye on me, and they feel like they don't know, but I have to be one step ahead. No, they don't know that we know that they know that we know.
Good one, friends.
Yeah, but yeah. It's okay. You can stalk me. I love it. I feel very important when people stalk me. तो मुझे बहुत मजा आती है. No, not validated. I don't care about validation, but I like it कि हाँ भाई मैं इतनी important हूँ कि तुमको जानना है मेरी लाइफ में क्या है. मुझे पूछ भी लोगे तो मैं बता दूंगी.
Then the red receipts are not off, no, if you are constantly seeing.
No, you should just like, it will not affect me that you're watching me or no. But I just like to know everything. As I said right in the beginning, circling back to what we started, I need to know everything. I will not do anything about that information and I will not sit and, yeah, I just need to know.
Your turn.
Are we done? Okay. Let's start asking you questions. Okay. Gyan or Ghan, you have your. Okay, I'm going to do it.
You have like a timer.
Yeah, I'm going to try and do it like Kejo.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah. But yeah, you are allowed to explain whatever you're saying also so that we get some reference. The first one, here we go. If you don't get a +1 invite, they are not your real friend.
Ghan, I would say. Ghan, idhar rakhte hai. See, it really depends. If I have invited them with +1 for my events, and if they don't, then yeah, that's a deal breaker. You shouldn't do that. But if it's like a small event and they've invited either one of us, like if that person only knows me and doesn't have any reference of my partner, who my partner is, again, acceptable. But if they know both of us and they haven't invited one of us, I don't think either of us would go.
Makes sense. And I think after getting married, I think it's always going to be just my. Yeah. You like them, you don't like them, you know them, you don't know them.
But I would do, I would always give a +1 invite, even for like partners, boyfriends, girlfriends, situationships, जो भी चल रहा है तुम्हारा, तुम आ जाओ भाई +1 के साथ. I am happy to host.
Done. Okay, next it would be if you wouldn't call them in a crisis, they are not a real friend.
I think so. I think it is Ghan. It is not necessary that I will call you or anybody for that matter when I'm going through a crisis. I would rather call the person who I feel is going to be able to help me. So it doesn't matter at that time whether he's a friend or not a friend. I don't think I will.
Doesn't define their realness.
Like I will call a person who I need help. No, I am in crisis. तो फिर मुझे नहीं फर्क पड़ता.
जो मेरा solve करके दे.
A lot of times, you give your life update if you have faced a crisis a little later. Once that thing has happened, then you go and tell a couple of your friends कि अरे मेरे साथ ये हो गया था. But तभी के तभी no. So I don't think it's important.
Okay. The one who cares less in a friendship holds all the power.
नहीं.
This feels very relational.
Yeah, this is like a very relationship situation. Power पर क्या यार, मतलब अब देख लो यार, ऐसे don't overthink friendships. दोस्तों में. I mean, who texts less, who texts. Honestly, it doesn't matter to me. Like if I'm thinking of you and if I'm the person who is always texting you first, let it be that way. It doesn't bother me as much कि अरे मैं ही हमेशा message कर रही हूँ, तू भी कर. Like we're not in our 20s.
Yeah, it won't like strike you also because I'm thinking as you're thinking when we spoke about how I make plans. It never felt like an effort because it's friends. So yeah, you just do it for them. Yeah, because all of you want to meet.
The point is that we should meet. We should make that plan.
Yeah. Okay, next is you only know who your real friends are by who shows up to your wedding or funeral. Circling back to I did not attend your wedding also because I had COVID.
Yes, that is Bhakti's explanation on camera. Gyan, I think, where I come from, they say like Lagan and Maran are two things you should not miss, even if it's for your enemy. If you're invited for Lagan, you must go. And at the same time, you should not look at these things when somebody's passed away or, somebody's going through a loss. So I think it doesn't matter.
So I guess that's about it with the Gyan and Ghan. If y'all think we've missed out something, maybe you can write it in the comments below and probably we can cover it up some other time in some other topic. Help us. We are just two girls who are doing random bakchodi in the middle of the day and we are trying to make something out of this. So I hope you guys like it. So Siddhi, do you want to let's talk about crazy stories about friends. Like everyone has drama in their life. Friends bring some more drama sometimes. So give us an example or give us like a few examples of the crazy stories that have happened to you when it comes to friends.
Crazy stories. So I think one I know, which I would love to share.
Which we know.
Which we both know because we both were a part of it. And it is of a common ex-friend. So we lost a friend over chicken khichdi. Unbelievable as it may sound, it actually happened with us.
Also, it is unbelievable as it may sound, it's actually a dish. A lot of people don't know that you get chicken khichdi.
Chicken khichdi. is a dish. How come I have not heard of it in my 30, I don't want to say the age, but in my very, very long existence? I only got to know of it just maybe a year ago that chicken khichdi is a thing.
Yeah, but it was quite tasty though. I had it with her once. So it was tasty, but it is a very weird combination.
So I'll tell you about the story. We had a friend who had come over for what was supposed to be our housewarming. We had moved in into a new place and we had called the closest of the closest friends over. So we had this friend who came, and it was, I think, around 2 3 o'clock, and she got hungry. So we all were going to order dinner and we all had placed our orders for dinner, but for some reason she and her husband wanted to have chicken khichdi from some random ass place in some obscure town of Mumbai. Now, I don't want to name the town because no hate to that place. It's a beautiful place, beautiful location. But really, at 3 a.m. in the morning, it is rare to find a dish called chicken khichdi. So, anyway, she went on to Zomato. She placed her order. Her order arrived. But unfortunately, the khichdi did not have any chicken in it. And that really pissed her off because she was hungry. She was hangry, rather. And she was brutally upset about it. And we just offered that हमारा काफ़ी सारा खाना है तू इसमें से कुछ खा ले and in fact one of us even went ahead and offered to cook dosa for her, like we'll actually like make some dosas for you, break an egg, make some omelette, कुछ ना कुछ हम लोग कर लेंगे. But the person that she is, and given how stubborn,
Yeah.
she went ahead and she fought with Zomato. That, no hate to Zomato, you guys rock. But she went ahead and she wanted a refund or she wanted a replacement. So, long story short, at that moment in time, none of it was possible and she was not getting the desired response. And she went on about it in the living room in front of 10 other people that all of us were sitting, and she just like, all of us are buzzed. We are happy. We are just discussing. We are just having our own time. And she went, hello, Zomato. Or दिमाग का इतना हो रहा था उसके वजह से. But she wouldn't get the hint. She wouldn't go to another room. And we have a big house. It's a beautiful house. And she could have gone to any of the other rooms. But she wanted to be in the living room and talk about this.
Yeah, she was one of those ki if I'm not
Having a good time, how are you? All of us are involved. And then she went ahead and, said things like, किसी का कुछ हो रहा है तो होने दो, किसी का कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, तुम लोग क्या कर रहे हो? And she was just really pissing us off. Eventually, one of us told her that, listen, why don't you just go to the other room and, go on and देख लो तेरा जो भी तुझे करना है देख ले दूसरे रूम से. She got pissed that how are we telling her to go to another room while all of us are sitting in the living room. So she retaliated. She said a couple of things to us and we told her, well, just like calm the down, all of us are just drunk, maybe one more than another, but all of us were just like, it's 4 a.m.
tea also and we
Exactly. So we just told her that, just like relax, nobody, like, तेरा जो भी है तू कल सुबह तेरा झगड़ा देख जोमेटो के साथ अभी मत पका. And she got offended and she not only decided to walk away from the party, walk out of the party, but also the petty person that she is, she took the gift that she stepped out. She came back in and she took the gift that she had got for us, which I now know was a wind chime. She took that, she walked out and she said, and I quote, "You guys don't deserve this." Well, yes, we don't deserve a wind chime. Guess what? I don't care. So the only reason why we are even discussing it because it's really the most bizarre thing that has happened to me. And we did try to mend ways and sort of reach out. But if someone is stubborn, they are stubborn, and after a point, you can't help it.
And it was long overdue. There used to be a lot of bizarre conversations we used to have with her, where at the end of the day we were like, "What the did we just like discuss?" And this was like just like happened, and like everyone was like tired and angry at the end of the day, and nobody had patience. And every time I think we were always the bigger people to have the patience and to let things go, that it's her opinion, let it go, let's not turn things into a fight. And that day, none. we were also not patient about it, and that's why the fight happened. So it was long overdue. It was just happening. I think a lot of piled on.
So, Bhakti, enough about me. Tell me about you.
I think in my, I'm okay with actually, like my age or whatever, in my existence or in my so many years of my existence, the craziest and the most bizarre thing that has happened with me in a friendship is because with a friend circle that I was so tight with, and they all like ghosted me. And
Ghosted you?
yeah, I think it's for the better only. Let's give you a little back story of what happened. So like we were a group of like different couples, okay, and there was this one couple, and they couldn't like make things work, and they had to part. And the girl was getting married to somebody else, and the guy was like still single. And all these friends were invited to that girl's wedding, and they were there. And I didn't go because of personal reasons. I did not want to attend her wedding, so I didn't go. And I reached out. Obviously, I was friends with her ex-boyfriend, so I reached out to him saying that, are you okay? Like, she's getting married today. Are you fine? And he's like, no, I'm not having a good time at all. And I said, okay, let's meet for drinks. And I met him, and we had a really good time, and we were drinking. And obviously, I got a little more hammered than I should have. But dude, that guy, when we were drinking at one place, and then we moved to another place, and when we were dancing at that other place, he pulled me and he kissed me.
No.
And I was just like, what just happened? And even though I think on a scale of 1 to 10, I was 9.5 drunk. I still realized what the just happened, and I pushed him back. And like he kissed me. I did not kiss him back, but I pushed him, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And obviously, I'm not going to take names here. And he just said, "Okay, you're single, and my ex girlfriend is getting married, so we don't have any strings attached. So why don't we do this?" And I was like, "Listen," and I was really close with his girlfriend.
An assumption to make.
And dude, I have something called as a bro code. Like, I don't know how to, cis code, I don't know whether it is the right word for it, but I will never do something with any of my friends' exes or like brothers or, that sort of thing. I'm not into that.
Off limits.
Yeah. Also, if it's like really out of my control, then I will let that person know before I do anything with you. And I was like, no, dude, like this is not. And this is somebody who I've gone on a trip with also, this guy, and I've shared the same room with him. So I trusted him that much. But that night was just like, what the happened? And also, okay, this happened, and I was very drunk, and then he dropped me home. He was at least, chivalrous enough to drop me home, but I felt unsafe throughout the journey. And I happened to call up somebody at the wedding, and I was like, okay, this happened because I was very drunk. Please keep talking to me. And this happened. So like, I just feel very unsafe. Just keep talking to me because he's dropping me home. And later on next morning when we woke up, I was like, okay, this shouldn't have happened. And we spoke, and I said, okay, let's not just discuss this at all. Because what am I going to tell that friend of mine who's getting married? Am I going to call you up on your wedding night and tell you, listen, your ex-boyfriend kissed me? If I were her, I'd be like, so why are you calling me?
Telling me now.
So I didn't tell her, and I did not feel the need to tell her because it would unnecessarily create drama. I just called up the guy who was involved, and I said that, okay, this shouldn't have happened, and this is whatever happened was wrong. And I did that, but my mistake was that I had called somebody when I was very drunk on the way back home, because I was feeling unsafe that this guy was dropping me home. And that guy went on and he told everyone. And then I was like, okay, no, that didn't happen. Obviously, I couldn't cover it up. But then, okay, this guy tried to, long story short, I'm just saying this guy tried to kiss me. I did not want to make a hula hoo about it. But those friends of mine are now, they just, like, they figured out, they found out through this other friend who I told a lot of, so tempted to say names, but not going to. But because they now know.
Say it.
No, because it's giving them too much importance. So because they now know, that chick called me and she was like, oh, this is why you didn't come to my wedding, because you wanted to make out with my ex-boyfriend. And I was like,
That's the conclusion you draw?
firstly, look at your ex-boyfriend. I wouldn't date him. I'm going to be mean about this. And secondly, like, what do you want me to do? Call you up on your wedding night? And, if he's so important to you, then why did you get married to the other guy? Anyway, now all of them are friends with him. because I don't know what story that guy who kissed me has made up and told them, but all of them are friends with him and nobody talks to me because apparently I am the somehow. And this is like somebody who, like a really tight group of friends, and I was like, I still feel what happened there. Like, didn't you, if you guys were so close to me, didn't you feel the need to call me and ask me what happened, Bhakti? We want to know your side of the story as well. You all just assume that. So yeah, that is, I think, one of the craziest that has ever happened to me.
You were, in fact, the victim in this situation, and they somehow made you the villain.
The only wrong thing that I did that was that I did not want to make a scene out of it. I did not want to make drama out of in my life. So I don't know. Yeah, that was one bad thing.
Being drunk and being that drunk, it's always a little messy situation.
Yeah, that has majorly added on to my trust issues with men. As in, like, am I
For the next episode.
yeah, am I actually safe when I feel safe around people, because you don't know what is going on in people's heads, what are their intentions with you. So that happened with me.
That brings us to the end of our very first episode of this podcast. So, Hoppy, what have we gathered from today's episode?
I think the moral of the story for this episode would be that if your friendships are going to work for the long term, you need to be low maintenance, dude. Like, you just need to like chill and have fun and not stress about it. What do you think? What was your take out of it?
Low maintenance, medium to low effort. And also, we should not add to each other's stress because we already have a lot going on in life. And friendship should just bring in happiness and peace.
Right. So yeah, I hope that this helped you all in some way, or you all just enjoyed listening to us. Please share it with any friend you think who might find it relatable, or you want to like pass on a subtle message to. And like, share, and subscribe so that you can keep watching us, and please support us, because this is something we're doing. We have I just convince us that we're not over. Yeah, convince us that we're not over our heads. Yes.
And be a subscriber. We'd love
Yes. Thank you for watching.
somebody who will be.
Okay. Thank you for watching.